The identity of the most influential person in the world of cryptocurrencies is revealed. The creator of the largest cryptocurrency in the world by capitalization. Bitcoin, the owner of 1 million coins on the account. Thanks to him, the crypto industry was born. Thousands of people were freed from financial dependence and became wealthy people. The person without whom you would not be watching this issue now. Satoshi Nakamoto. On October 9th, a documentary called Money Electric, The Bitcoin Mystery, was released on the American TV channel HBO, in which the authors present various arguments and facts allegedly supporting their position on the identity of Satoshi Nakamoto. On the internet, there has long been a debate about who is the father of all cryptocurrencies. But the crypto community has not come to a consensus. At the moment, it is not known whether Satoshi is a specific person or a group of developers. It is worth noting that Bitcoin has an open program code. This means that any third-party developers can make proposals for its modification. Interest in Satoshi's personality is fueled by the fact that he has about 1.1 million Bitcoin coins in his account, which is 5% of the total supply of coins. Recall that the largest known holder of Bitcoin reserves is MicroStrategy, which has only 224,800 coins in its account, which is 1% of the supply. Any action with these wallets can lead to strong volatility in the market. Little is known about Satoshi Nakamoto. The only data we can rely on are forum posts and personal correspondence with other developers. Over 10 years of information gathering, the crypto community has come to the conclusion that the main candidates for the role of Bitcoin creator could be such individuals as Len Sessaman, Hal Finney, Adam Beck, Nick Szabo, Paul LaRue, and Dorian Nakamoto. And HBO TV recently a new candidate. But first, let's tell you about the others. In the Bitcoin white paper published in the fall of 2008, specifically in the list of sources used, several names of developers in the field of electronic finance appear. Yes, you heard right. Attempts to create similar digital currencies have been underway for quite some time. Many of the concepts behind Bitcoin were developed in an online community known as Shifterpunks, a loosely organized group of digital privacy activists. As part of their mission, they set out to create digital money that was as anonymous as physical cash. In the 1990s, several experiments with digital money circulated on cypherpunk lists. British researcher Adam Back created one called Hashcash, which later became the central component of Bitcoin. Another called B-Money was developed by a private computer engineer named Wei Dai. And it is these names that appear in the list of sources for Bitcoin's technical description. Adam Beck, the CEO of cryptocurrency company Blockstream, Adam Beck also figures in the Bitcoin origin story. Early developments of Hashcash, like Finney's ideas, formed the basis of Bitcoin's consensus mechanism. Satoshi Nakamoto mentioned Hashcash in Bitcoin's so-called white paper, the document that originally described its concept. Back was one of the first people Satoshi contacted during the development of the main cryptocurrency's protocol, Hal Finney, a renowned cryptographer and one of the early adopters of Bitcoin. He was the recipient of the first ever Bitcoin transfer from Satoshi Nakamoto himself and helped test early versions of the software that now powers the cryptocurrency infrastructure. Finney is also known for developing the reusable proof-of-work algorithm, which inspired the consensus mechanism in Bitcoin. In 2014, Finney denied that he was Satoshi. However, Finney's confirmed involvement in the creation of Bitcoin, as well as his declining health since 2009, led some to believe that he was the one behind the pseudonym. Hal Finney died in 2014. Len Sessaman. He was an early advocate of digital privacy and an accomplished cryptographer, becoming an active figure in the cypherpunk movement promoting privacy, decentralization, and resistance to government surveillance. Sessaman's identity is a fairly new figure for a Satoshi candidate, having become heavily discussed in 2021 after an analysis by researcher Evan Lung Hatch. Hatch's report emphasizes Sessaman's cryptographic expertise, as well as his connection to Hal Finney and other early Bitcoin users. His bio also cites work on privacy technologies that are very similar to Bitcoin's architecture. Despite the parallels, however, Leung's study found no conclusive evidence. Nick Szabo, computer scientist and cryptographer who developed BitGold, the precursor to Bitcoin, a payment system. His work on time-stamped databases and his extensive writings on decentralized currency echo many of the principles of the first cryptocurrency. Sabo's name often comes up in discussions because of these similarities, as well as analyzing his writing style and correspondence among early participants in Bitcoin's development. Sabo has repeatedly denied that he is Satoshi. Paul LaRue. He is a programmer and cypherpunk. He is known for developing open-source data encryption software called E4M in the 1990s. He is also noted for releasing a manifesto where he pointed out the growing activity of states collecting data about citizens on the internet. In 2007, the programmer became involved in arms trafficking, drug trafficking, and gold smuggling. In 2008, he obtained a passport under the name Paul Salachi Calder LaRue. In mid-2010, Paul LaRue was arrested and sentenced to 25 years in prison. The last candidate, Dorian Satoshi Nakamoto, was the subject of a Newsweek article in March 2014. You can find the link to this article in our Telegram channel. So, who is Satoshi Nakamoto really? The authors of the documentary Money Electric, The Bitcoin Mystery, have named a possible figure behind the launch of the world's largest cryptocurrency, Peter Todd. Who's Todd? Born on March 14, 1985, Peter Todd is known as one of the early developers of the Bitcoin protocol and an applied cryptography consultant. He has been considered as one of the Satoshi candidates almost from the very beginning of the first cryptocurrency's inception. Todd has worked not only on Bitcoin, but also on so-called Bitcoin 2.0 projects, including Counterparty, the first Bitcoin-based NFT, Mastercoin, one of the first applications built on the Bitcoin blockchain, and Colored Coins, a Bitcoin add-on that became a prototype of tokenization, and participated in the launch of the confidential cryptocurrency Zcash in 2016. However, a beautiful picture is not an indicator of the truth of the information. The main thesis claiming that Satoshi is Todd, the authors of the movie chose a message on the Bitcoin forum Bitcoin Talk from Peter, in which he accidentally continued Satoshi's message about some technical features of the system. As other arguments, the authors of the movie named Todd's use of the British-Canadian style of writing in English, which was also characteristic of Satoshi, as well as the coincidence of their periods of activity on the Bitcoin Talk forum, and Todd's introduction of a feature called Replace by Fee, which they discussed with Satoshi in this forum thread. And that's all there is in an hour-long movie. Agree that it is not enough evidence. Therefore, the editorial staff of the first Crypto News collected all the evidence available on the internet in favor of the theory about Peter Todd. For example, Peter Todd is mentioned in Satoshi's earliest P2P Foundation contacts on February 28th, before the emergence of Bitcoin. Further, Peter Todd was one of the first to alert people in 2014 that Satoshi's P2P Foundation account had been hacked. He also received emails forwarded from Satoshi in 2011. In 2001, Peter Todd and Hal Finney corresponded about Wei Dai's article. This was confirmed by Peter himself in a post on Reddit and Twitter. We have talked about other evidence in our Telegram channel, link in description. Based on the above, we still can't say that Peter Todd is Satoshi Nakamoto, but the available scraps of information make us realize that this is most likely the case. Todd himself naturally stated that it was not him, and was not satisfied with the conclusions of the movie makers, telling CNN that the irresponsibility of journalists put his life in danger. In conclusion, Bitcoin has become a breakthrough technology in financial transactions, showing that we can be independent and anonymous. Cryptocurrency realizes our legal right to privacy and protection of personal information on the internet. And Satoshi Nakamoto is a symbol of that anonymity, a symbol of freedom and a hope for a brighter future. Maybe we shouldn't reveal his identity. After all, we might lose something more along with it. And that's it. Write your comments whether you think we should try to uncover Satoshi's identity, and whether you believe in Todd's story. Like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next episode.